hall may stretch on without any windows or doors, but at the end you'll find us. Welcome to Midnights in the Lab. Yes, this time after our test run, Alex of Random Assault is joining us here in the labs to check out the darkest and spookiest of games.
Welcome.
We are checking out Red Barrel's Outlast, where you play a journalist named Miles as he checks out what is going on at Mount Massive Asylum.
And there are so many naked men.
There are more than one naked man, yes.
Now do I have to do a spooky voice the whole time?
No.
Okay, good.
We will eventually, when there's nothing to say, we can just wax poetic.
Yay!
And ponder about the universe.
Wax on. I have not played Outlast, but I've watched a stream of it, which is weird because this is the second time I'm doing that.
So I have played Outlast, and and I've reviewed its DLC.
Aha. Is DLC chapter based or is it like content based?
Content based. It is a side story.
Oh, okay.
As you will see in a moment, I have picked up an email from a whistleblower, and you play as the whistleblower sending the email and trying to escape as all shit breaks loose.
I see. So technically, this is the copy with the DLC. We just won't be experiencing that.
I don't, because I reviewed it on PS4, and I don't remember if I bought it on PC or not.
Ah.
Because I'm fully aware of myself that I may or may not do that, like buy another copy for reasons.
No. AA batteries are terrifying.
Why?
I don't know. This game seems to think so.
It's all about controlling your supply.
And I also have to say, for an HD camera, there's a lot of pixelation.
But how else, Alex, would we see true fear but through pixelation?
That's true. And all the naked men, which are strangely not pixeled out.
The naked men are quite terrifying, to be fair.
They are genuinely terrifying. And hopefully we will get a chance to get to the section that they're in, because they are unsettling, to say the least.
This game is good at building atmosphere and tension, and with some scares, but it also is not super diverse in what it does. And the end.
I didn't get to the end. I probably watched about halfway through. I'm impressed with the few amount of jump scares there are.
Yes. Well, I've had a note in my Evernote app, because I haven't used it in a while, from the review, that just to remind myself that, oh yes, as I put it, Outlast ended with science ghost bullshit. It's got a strange ending.
So how does the game feel?
You walk, like you definitely slowly move about.
It looks kind of clunky.
Okay. You tend to stick to things a little, like It doesn't feel as smooth as other games,
Yeah.
but it is effective. And like stuff like that, it may not animate the smoothest, but you always stick to pretty much what you're trying to stick to.
Well, that's good.
Yeah.
Outlast was at Boston Festival of Indie Games last year, 2013, and I think it was like one of the only games I didn't get a chance to look at.
I played the original demo before everyone started talking about it at PAX East.
I'm curious if they're. Do you know if they're Boston based?
I have no idea, actually.
Jump scare that I'm late for.
Yeah, it got me a little. And then, and I didn't say anything. Like, I jumped a little bit. But,
They killed us.
I was waiting for you to hear it.
The very. You can't fight them. You have to hide. You can unlock the main doors from security control.
So you're drinking right now. Is that going to impair your fear?
You have to get the
No.
fuck out of this terrible place.
And I speak this out of experience. As, I go to Halloween Horror Nights, Universal Studios Orlando, every year. And ever since I turned 21, I drink while doing it.
Well, there you go. That whole section, by the way, with the guy on the pike is really unsettling and very well done.
Yes.
Like it doesn't sound like anyone who was professional voice actor, but he really sounded like he was in pain.
I agree. And for those watching, the reason why I am looking through the camera at all times is you're a journalist and you're supposed to be gathering evidence.
Little pig.
And I suppose you don't have to, because it's part of it keeps you within the world, you know, like you're trying to record everything.
Oh, like a shithead who is in one of those found footage movies, and you're trying to figure out why he's filming things, but it's just because he is.
Except now you're a journalist, so it makes sense you're gathering proof.
Sure.
I see. Merciful God, you have sent me an apostle. Guard your life, son. You have a calling.
So, is there any, like, backstory to this, or is it full-on discovery while you're here?
You find the backstory while you're here.
Okay. I figured that's the best way to do horror games. It is very difficult to talk over myself.
You could always turn the stream down a little. Let me put subtitles on.
Oh, okay. That's why I didn't. I'm gonna turn it down completely. So did you play this way the first time you played it through? Were you through the camera the whole time?
I would forget and not do it. But
You're not penalized in any way, right?
no.
Okay.
You also,
is-
that's how you get I don't really care about achievements and trophies and stuff because I didn't play it on PS4 the first time. But that is how you get the collectible stuff. But since it fit in the lore, I did not mind actually doing it as well.
What, like there are things you can only see through the camera?
You're recording evidence through the camera, and that's how you're gathering documents and video evidence.
Oh.
So anytime you see like a little like camcorder in the corner flashing, that's you gathering evidence.
Oh, interesting. How old is this game now? Because it's
Almost
at least a year. Yeah.
Almost a year. It came out in September.
How spooky!
It is. That's when I go to Halloween Horror Nights is in September. Because that's when the fun tickets are.
So why are we doing why are you doing horror so early?
In the
Is it-
day.
No, I mean in. Well, they don't know what time it is. It's midnight.
Well, we are live streaming.
Oh yeah. Well, you're all in a different time warp.
I like horror. That's pretty much it.
That's really it. Okay.
I just really like covering horror, and I don't care what time of year it is.
That's totally fair.
Like the whole philosophy why Valentine's Day is stupid because you should be awesome all year round.
You know what? That's a great way of putting it.
I like spooky things. Why the fuck do I have to wait till October?
I just wasn't sure if it was like a Christmas in July kind of thing.
No. It's also August, so it would be kind of counterproductive to be like it's 6 months before the next Halloween when it's 2 months away.
Well, it would also be very unproductive to call these horror streams Christmas in July.
Yeah, but I like presents. So give me presents. Why is it July? Shouldn't it be June for halfway?
I don't think it necessarily has to be halfway. I don't think the whole point of it was halfway. I think the point was that it was hot. And I would proffer a guess that July is hotter than June in most places.
I would say all places.
So there you go. There's your answer. And everyone makes Sandmen and other. This isn't funny.
Sandman is an absolutely brilliant, slightly horror-themed comic book.
Ooh! I was reading an article about how he does the photography for the comics and how like he builds these crazy mechanisms in order to make everything hang exactly the way he wants. So he'll just like take a desk and he'll just add shelves or things to it, or he'll just take these cardboard boxes and stack them all up and then build wooden apparatuses just because everything needs to hang in the right way.
Have you read Sandman?
I have not, because I have... Here's the thing with me and comics. It's a bittersweet relationship. I love comics. I love the concept of comics. I love the concept of heroes and stories, and I understand people's frustration when they finally adapt a comic and it's not true to the original. But I can't do comics. I can't do them.
Why?
Because every time I get interested in something, I am told it's not canon.
That's why you should read Sandman. It is only canon.
How many are there?
10 trades of the core story, and then a couple of side stories if you want them.
Alright, that sounds doable.
They're written by Neil Gaiman, if that helps. You know who that is, right?
I know the name, I don't know who it is.
He wrote some of the best books ever, mostly including...
Harry Potter.
No, American Gods. He wrote Coraline, which was turned into a fantastic movie by Laika. He wrote...
But it wasn't very true to the book.
It was close.
I don't know, I didn't read it.
I did.
I'm sure you did. There were, when I was at Boston Comic Con, there was this awesome, like, Coraline cosplay with either her friend or her actual mom, who was dressed as the fake mom from the alternate world, and she had like actual buttons on her eyes, and it looked like she had a prosthetic or something that made it look like she sewed buttons into her eyes. It was pretty cool.
Wow.
Yeah.
So this game does a good job with things like the scene you're seeing right now, where just a bunch of inmates who are clearly not violent. Like, it shows that they talked about it during the research phase. Like, there are people in insane asylums that aren't all like naked knife wielding psychopaths.
Yeah.
And that's like that group. They're just sitting there watching a fuzzy TV, which is kind of unsettling because like that's not something people do, especially especially when it's stained with blood and there's just all this carnage everywhere.
Yeah, especially like the guy in front who is like
Scratching his face.
Yeah, he's just doing everyday thing. I'm itchy. There's something about just adding that little twitch to it that makes it a little more believable.
And that is one of the reasons why I do really... Fuck. I knew that was gonna happen, too.
You do really fuck.
There is plenty of these little jump scares, but the game does enough atmosphere building and all of that to earn them, I believe.
Yeah, I think I should retract my statement a little about there being few jump scares. There are few jump scares without payoff.
Yes.
It's not like you go to see just about every single quote-unquote horror movie made nowadays where every time someone opens a shower or a curtain, there's that loud sting and there's a face or something stupid. That's not horror.
Or there's a loud sting and nothing.
Yeah. That's even worse.
That's modern tension building, is just catching you off guard enough time so you're always on edge.
Yeah. Boo! See, now it's a horror stream.
No, I couldn't get the webcam to work, so we don't have reaction shots. Then it would be a true horror stream.
No, then it would be fucking lame. These parts are brilliant. Where you actually have to hide. They're done very, very well, especially when, like... I mean, it's obvious something like that's gonna happen in a horror game, but when you just get so... When he gets so close to you, you can hear him breathing. You, like, feel his breath on the locker.
The sound design in this game is brilliant.
Yeah. Is this their first title?
Yes. They are veterans of other studios, but this is the first title that Red Barrels has produced.
What kind of horror do you like?
What do you mean?
Like, are you into a suspense-driven stuff? Are you like a gross-out kind of horror? Do you like a mystical sense? Do you like it to be real people, psychopaths? What actually?
Fuckery. I like not knowing what's truly going. Like I don't want it to just be ambiguous, but I like when it messes with my perception of events that are happening.
Mm-hmm.
Like my favorite horror movie, or a couple of my favorite horror movies would be like John Carpenter's The Thing.
Mm-hmm.
Which is, all about paranoia.
Oh yeah.
And I really like Stephen King's The Mist.
I've never seen The Mist.
'Cause that's all about how fucked up people are, and like when people are placed in these terrifying situations, they'll turn on each other. And
yeah, it's that it gives that added element of like, yes, you are a spectator watching a movie, but you are also questioning the cast.
yes.
So it kind of draws you into it without you realizing it.
I am not entirely sure where to go.
It's okay, it's spooky! You're running low on batteries! Oh, you have 4, never mind.
Yes.
But who knows? Maybe the other 3 are dead. That would be bad game design, but it could be a real life thing.
Yes. Sorry, I'm trying to think about where to go, and I don't know if the guy, that creature's name is Chris. I don't know if he's still around or not.
I can't help you because I'm 15 seconds behind.
Yeah, I don't think he is. Oh. Yes, I remember this part. Let's put everyone in water, so if you don't crawl, you just make lots of splashing noises.
When people making horror games, the number one thing that they all seem to go for is the point of a horror game is that you know where you need to go and what you need to do, but you don't want to do it. That was the basis of all of the Silent Hill games, and it's just followed suit. So you know, yeah, I have to go walk through this water, but that's the stupidest thing you could do in this situation.
Yes. It really doesn't help that I've played this game before, but it's been so long that I only kind of remember where, like, when certain things happen.
You're ruining the jumps for me.
How?
Because I'm hearing about them before they happen.
There's no jump so far. That's just me getting stressed out because I am making noise, sir.
So scared, though. I don't know, the lights flickered. That counts. How fucking startled are you right now, man?
I am uncertain of what to do, sir.
What would you do?
In an insane asylum?
Like, if you were here right now, like, what would you be doing? Would you be hiding in a locker?
Probably. Wouldn't you?
I'd want to make friends. I'd be like, yeah, take my spleen, but...
There's something innately terrifying about knowing your pursuers are around, and the only thing standing between them and you is just simple visual contact.
Oh yeah, like, it forces you to cower under a bed.
Yes.
Because there's nothing you can do. There's no way you can, like, outsmart him or beat him in any way, right?
They are subject of experimentation and mutilation. There's nothing you can do. You are not combat ready.
Oh, and to go back to that, what we were talking about earlier with the room full of guys just watching the TV. One sign of criminal insanity is the ability to stay still without it bothering you for long periods of time.
Really?
Like, if you can just sit and stare and not move and barely breathe, that's a sign that there's something wrong with you, because your mind is supposed to be erratic. People don't want to be bored, and they get bored very easily. So if you can sit and do nothing and have a single solitary focus, that's not normal. I'm gonna look really stupid right now because I said something intelligent and now I can't remember the literature I was going to reference. There is a story that you probably read when you were in middle school of a guy who starts living in an older gentleman's house, and every night he would sit there and watch him sleep, getting closer and closer. There was something about his eye.
You mean the Telltale Heart?
Was that Telltale Heart?
That is the Telltale Heart.
That's the beginning of that fucking is the beginning of the Telltale Heart. God damn it. I thought those were two completely different stories, because, I don't know,
it's his eye. He watches him sleep, and he
Yeah.
has cataract, so his eye is just staring at him, and it slowly drives him insane until he murders him and, buries his heart beneath the floorboards. Or buries the body beneath the floorboards.
I always liked that aspect. I thought it was a different story. Because I don't really give a shit about him burying the body or the cops coming in the reveal. I like the build-up. But there you go. Yeah, that's the madness of just being able to sit there and stare in the middle of the night at one thing for hours on end. And I like that they showed that in this game, because there are many different kinds of crazies, and they're all fucking terrifying.
Yes.
I remember when I played Dead Rising for the first time, I was genuinely scared by the cult.
Well, it's because they kind of appear out of nowhere.
Yeah, but that's one of my irrational fears.
Cultists.
Not necessarily cultists, but people who don't know that they're doing something wrong because they think it's so right. And when like having it turn into something about me or my life.
That's a big part of The Mist.
Is it?
Yes, you should really watch The Mist.
Oh, great.
I also like Room 1408.
I haven't seen. That's the one with John Cusack, right?
Yeah, it's not as good as the other ones, but it's got some good atmosphere building. It just relies a little too much on jump scares. There are other movies too, I just can't think of them.
I like The Strangers. That's usually my go-to. I like horror movie.
I don't know if I've seen that. What's that one about?
That's the couple who go to the cabin, and then the three people in the masks are like fucking with them.
Oh, I do not believe I have seen.
Oh, that's a good one, and I believe there's only one jump scare in the entire movie, and it's kind of like pointless.
That sounds like Funny Games to me.
It's a little Funny Games, only they're not. Funny Games had like a dark humor sense to it.
It was also very fourth wall breaking.
Incredibly fourth wall breaking. Strangers is not like that at all. It is very much like these people are fucking with them for their own entertainment, and you don't even get to see them laugh about it.
That sounds like what I've heard about The Purge, except this sounds like a better movie, because that was the thing, is like The Purge is really interesting, it's just not a very good movie.
When The Strangers came out, probably fine, but now, watching it, there is going to be a section of the movie that takes you out of it really bad. Because Dennis from It's Always Sunny makes a cameo appearance.
Oh, wonderful.
And he plays like some guy you're not supposed to know, just like some random friend. But Sunny has gotten quite popular. And so now when you see him, you're like, oh my god, it's Dennis! It worked before he was anyone, though. Glenn Howerton.
Yes.
That's
He was
it.
in something I saw recently, too. Oh, he was in Fargo.
Was he really?
Yes.
Jesus Christ. He was in that 80s show. He was the main character of that 80s show.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and I watched every episode of that stupid show, and I didn't even realize it, because I guess it had been too far and the show was forgettable. Those two aspects.
This
Which-
is why Outlast has managed to creep me out, even the second time. It's just... I don't like... I like stealth. It's funny, I like stealth a lot, but there's something about... stealth with no hope of survival.
Well, this is forced stealth.
Yes.
You're not being, like, usually when you're doing stealth-based things, you are technically the one in control.
Yes.
Because they don't know, they're looking for you, and you have the advantage. You have no advantage here. I mean, I noticed you even have, like, if you turn off your flashlight, can he not see through the dark?
No. Well, it's not a flashlight, it's the night vision on the camera.
Oh, okay. Well, can he still see you now?
No. Fuck. They do a very effective job of keeping Miles's breathing consistent with what you're actually feeling, depending on the situation.
Mm. Yeah, it's amazing when a game can just tell.
Yeah, I don't know how they would track that and do all that, but the fact that they did is incredible.
Must be the heart monitor you have to hook yourself up to before you start. Man, I do not remember this whole section at all.
I'm pretty sure this is the section they gave you to play through in the demo as well. Not that you played it, but...
Yeah. The next thing I remember, spoilers, is the doctor.
It's a fucked up section.
That's a very fucked up section. That's probably why it stuck with me. Unfortunately, like, the stream I was watching, they weren't reading anything. So even when I would get to a certain section, like, I would get no backstory. It was just kind of like running through the game. Not a good way to do a horror game.
We'll take a moment before we end the stream to check out the backstory stuff.
It's getting mighty quiet. You feeling it?
Yes. God damn it, yes.
I do have to say, as far as penalty for dying is concerned, that's one thing that this game kind of misses out on.
Fucking you over for dying.
Yeah, like it right now, you're in the perfect spot because you're still terrified. But when you die once and you realize that you only go back a little bit, it kind of takes you away from it.
I can agree with that.
Which actually, while we're on the subject, that was people's concern and complaint about Dead Rising.
That the save system was too
save
punishing?
system sucked. Yeah, and that's the point. And I was really glad when they didn't change it for the second one.
Damn it. I've turned the power on, now what?
You got the body button.
Oh,
You
that's
hit
why.
Sorry, my son. I didn't want to have to do this to you. But
Oh, God!
Not yet.
Yeah. You weren't
There's
expecting
so
that,
much
were
yet
you?
For you to witness.
No, nothing actually happened on my screen.
Oh.
Just trying to fuck with you.
Because something did happen.
Our
You go,
Lord,
you get
the Wall Rider,
caught up from
carrying his
behind.
truth into the unbelievers.
Yeah, see, here's where the science
The
goes
only way
bullshit
out of this
starts.
place is the
Yeah.
truth. Accept the
You'll
gospel,
see, yeah, there you go.
and all doors will open before you.
That was my one problem with this game. Is the story would have been fine. You could have even done ghosts. Give me ghosts. Don't give me ghosts explained by science.
Well, who knows? The scientists are all crazy. Maybe they're making it up.
No,
And they have a bunch of bullshit research because
you don't
they're
know
crazy.
what the end of the game is.
I bet it was all a dream. The best ending for any story. Oh, this is the section where the guy's banging his head against the wall.
Yes.
Yeah, that's the great part. This is where we see the naked guys for the first time. You're not gonna get in trouble for showing peens, are you?
Get back! Get the fuck away from me!
Did the game get in trouble for showing peens?
Well, no, but I don't know if Twitch has a problem with showing peens.
I don't know. This has been live streamed a lot, so I would imagine not.
Yeah, but I don't know if you have that kind of peen authority.
Who's this?
There they are.
Maybe Father.
The peens!
Maybe. He looks nervous. I would like to kill him.
Dicks.
They're as rock solid and non-physics based as the ones from Grand Theft Auto. Look at them go.
There were physics in that. They just did. The physics were super weird.
Such patience.
The peen physics.
Yes.
Every game needs to have peen physics. Makes it scarier.
There's also plenty of guys like that just have their junk cut off.
It's not.
Yeah, that's actually a good way around having it, having them not be full of peens. I'm gonna stop saying peens. It's really breaking the mood. But yeah, this fucking guy who just goes from pillar to pillar, just bashing his head in. Awesome. He's like one of my favorite parts because I don't understand it at all. But he's got a mission.
He's psychotic. Or not, maybe not psychotic, but severely disturbed.
He's seen some shit. Or at least he thinks he does. Or he thinks he has.
Wow.
Damn it! What the fuck is the matter with you? You weren't invited to this, you goddamn sicko!
Silky, silky, silky.
God, that was... I don't think I noticed that the first time I played. That was fucked up.
Oh,
That was gay sex, right? That counts as gay sex?
I don't... It was... I think it was just necrophilia.
But gay necrophilia.
I don't think it matters once they're dead. Unless it's non-human.
So, wait, you really, you don't think it matters?
No. I don't think anyone would care if you're a necrophiliac, whether or not you're banging dudes or girls as a dude or a girl. Like,
But you think they would...
'cause I don't think they'll care once you're having sex with corpses. You know,
Yeah, but...
like no one cares about the other end. It's just you were having sex with a corpse.
But then you cared that there was an animal corpse.
Well, then it's extra weird because it's not even human.
But then does it matter what the gender of the animal is?
Especially now.
Especially not, no? What if it's ambiguous?
Like the ambiguously gay duo.
Less ambiguous.
I don't know.
What if... Okay, what if you had sex... Like, you woke up in the morning and you had sex with your girlfriend and you
Okay,
didn't
we need to
realize
stop talking about this.
she had died.
Hold on.
And
That-
you were unaware. Or, like, she died midway. You asked me here.
So terrible things are happening at the asylum. Damn it! Why did that go away? See, morphogenic engine, scientific experiments.
All I know is you're changing the subject, and yet no one has stopped watching. So, clearly you're the one with the problem.
Case seizure. MK Ultra documents, which I have actually done research into, and goddamn, is that messed up.
Was this like based on real stuff?
No, well, MK Ultra. They had an MK Ultra document, which is the CIA experiments into like mind control and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So
I am unfamiliar. That sounds terrifying.
it is. I watched a kitten on acid, and it was disturbing.
A kitten on acid?
Yeah, animals don't know how to react to psychotropic drugs, and they freak out.
Well, I would too. Jesus Christ! But most people freak out on acid anyway.
Yes.
But if you have no means of communication, dude.
So I went down the drain, and I think we shall leave it here. What do you think, Alex?
I think it doesn't matter the gender if you're having sex with it already, but it shouldn't matter the species.
If it's dead.
Yeah.
Well, thank you, viewers. Sleep easy, and remember, death is only the end if it's your own. Good night.